7:01. True, I could, you're right. Whose phone's by the mic? It looks like we do not have a member of the Ministerial Alliance with us this evening, so we will stand for a moment of silence. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call the September 19th, 2022 Board of Alderman meeting to order. You're okay. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Tracy Newcomer.
Here.
Jeremy Taylor.
Here.
Jim Shrout. Kelly Netto.
Here.
Rachel Kilmer.
Here.
And Mayor Dana Webb.
Here, thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business deletions or continuances. We do not have any of those tonight, so the next item would be public comments. Public comments are on the agenda so citizens can comment on issues not on the agenda. They will take up 10 minutes. Citizens are asked to please limit their comments to 2 minutes per person. The first person tonight we have is Linda Lucas. Linda, would you please come up to the microphone? And please state your name and address.
Okay. Hi, I'm Linda Lucas, and I live at 213 Southwest 19th Street, a couple blocks down. So we have been hit hard with Mr. Fentanyl. I'm here to tell him to pack his bags and get the heck out of our town. Also, I have talked to some kids, and some of them would like to express their problem with this through art, maybe display posters in downtown businesses or whatever. Also, I would like to know if the city is willing to draft a letter on what's going on and what we can do and what we can't do to stop this episode. And if you draft that letter, is it possible to go door to door with it? I've got volunteers that want to walk the town, that send this draft out if you all get together with the school and with you all, your police department, fire department. They're interested in volunteering because I'm getting older and I can't take all these raised ranches in town. But I have volunteers that want to do it and kids that want to do it. So we need to let them express their way out of this, maybe through art, maybe through music or something, because when I have 2 boys that broke down crying this weekend, that's not good because they hurt. We have one in Children's Mercy Hospital. We've had one that passed away, and my condolences to the family. We got to put a lid on this guy. He's just not welcome in my town. And I know it would be hard for you guys, Dana and Matthew, to get together to draft a letter, but I think it's better coming from you all with a letterhead at the top of it so they know it's real if we scotch tape it to the door. Is that going to be possible?
So Linda, I'm going to speak to a little bit of what you've talked about. So thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you for having a compassion for the students and the school. There is some scheduling and programming going on behind the scenes for the school and the city to hold a community event soon, but the school will be the one leading that.
Yeah, but I mean, it affects the fire department, the police department, it affects everybody in the community. We got to pull together to save these kids from that bad drug.
We agree.
And, but some of them want to express their feelings through art or whatever. I would like to see that done, and their posters put in, business windows up and down Broadway. It's their way of speaking out with how they feel.
We're going to rely on our chief of police, the police department, and talking with the schools to get some information out.
Yeah, I'd like to get more canines in.
Thank you, Linda.
That's for sure. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
listening.
Thank you. The next speaker is Corey, is it Hayward?
Yes.
Corey, please come to the microphone. State your name and address, please.
Kind of feel bad because I ain't really got a problem. I got the scrapyard down here downtown, and I just want to have a parade on October 29th. It's Saturday. Even if it just goes from the scrapyard down to the old grocery store. That's all I want to do.
That's all you came for.
Throw candy
Yeah.
and call her a day.
So parades are a big deal in our town. Are you from Oak Grove? I mean, we
I've had a
all
lot
love
of family over the
parades.
years growing up here.
Yeah.
I live Green Valley.
Chief
and,
cringes because he's not from here, but I am, and we all love parades. It's a big deal. We probably would have a parade every weekend because we love them so much.
I'm
so.
on it.
Yeah.
You just let me know.
So there's a little bit more, I mean, I'm glad you came. Don't ever be afraid to come and make a comment like that. There's a little bit more formal request for that. You'll need to contact Matthew Randall. He may have a card on him tonight.
Okay.
You can email him, call him tomorrow or this week. It involves a little bit more because our Broadway is MoDOT, so the road has to be shut down. Then once Matthew gets everything gathered, he brings it back, and then these people vote on whether that parade will happen or not. Any
Okay.
parade they vote on, any closing of the streets. Then chief makes the plan for the traffic. It becomes a little bit of, using those officers and connecting with MoDOT.
Okay, well,
So-
if not, we'll go down to the high school, take the back road.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I'm easy.
I didn't watch them, but usually we all start smiling when the word parade comes up, so, yeah.
All right. well,
Do you have
thank
anything else?
No, but
Okay.
if you need volunteers, I got all you need.
And then the other thing is, we do have, I don't know if you're new to this, we do have the Trails for Treats or something like that, is that right? Okay, that's with the chamber, and you could also coordinate with them as well on Halloween.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
All right, thank you.
y'all.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. These items are considered on the consent agenda so that members of the Board of Aldermen, by unanimous consent, can designate routine items to be approved by one motion. Tonight, we have approval of the September 6, 2022 Board of Aldermen meeting minutes, expenditures through September 15th, 2022, and the August 2022 financial statement.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We do not have any of that this evening, so we will move on to new business. And our first one would be a presentation. So we have, Sue, would you please come up? As some of you know, we lost our alderman, Brad Alexander. And so our board and our staff, we're going to start a memory wall, or kind of a honor wall on this wall over here. And Brad was our longest serving alderman. So he will start that process for us, and we will put this plaque on that wall once we get the signage up. And then we will have other things that we'll honor on that wall. But we wanted you to come tonight to see this, because you're actually the second person besides Kim that's got to see it. And he will be the first one on our wall.
That is gorgeous.
You like it?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Good. So you don't get to keep it, but you can want to take pictures. You're holding on to it tight. You want a picture with it?
Sure. You like yourself.
I think you guys should get together, both of you, to get a picture. Yeah.
You bet. Yeah. We'll get real close. We like each other a lot.
Sue, can we get one with the whole family with you holding the plaque?
all right?
Is that okay?
Yeah, here you go.
You want me to come, you
They
want
can
to
come
come
up
back
here
here?
in the front.
They'd rather
Yeah, they
stay
can
back
girls
there, I think.
Okay, that's fine. I thought the girls might like that.
Picture with all of you in it. Picture with all of you in it.
just had a great idea. Would you like us to make a second copy of that to give to you? That would be cool. We'll do that for you. Okay? Okay. You guys want a picture with her?
I think I'm only on once a month because that's so what I'm rolling is dust.
Just standing
No, you guys are gonna come down here.
Oh.
Sue, can the board get a picture with you?
Absolutely.
So, just in case anybody doesn't know, you know, but we also gave a proclamation, and we gave a service plaque for 25 years, and then the service coin. Sue wanted those ahead of time for the funeral, and she displayed them on easels and was really proud of them.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
much so.
yeah. So we decided, we're just gonna give you that one.
Yes.
We're just gonna order another one.
Yes.
We're all
Yes.
just gonna get a different one, all right?
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
let's hop in and get a picture. Yep, get close. Come up here by me. Yeah. Yep. All right.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sue, we're gonna miss him. We sure love you and we love Brad.
Well, I know he loves this city, that's for sure.
Yes.
You'll have to find somebody that has snarky comments.
They will not be filled.
Come back and give those.
Yeah. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to start like, getting a makeup artist. We're gonna keep taking pictures every week. I don't have a lick of makeup on.
The next item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding the property tax proposed to be set by the city of Oak Grove for the year 2022. Mr. Randall, is that you?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So we are required by state statute to hold an annual public hearing regarding the proposed mill levy. The proposed mill levy for this year remains unchanged from 2021 mill levy. The total mill levy is 0.7647, split between the general fund and debt service fund. The general fund portion of that is 0.5410, and the debt service levy is 0.2237. It's estimated that those levies will generate just over $1 million for those two funds. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have. I will say that the attachments include the tax levy ordinance, as well as the pro forma that's sent to the state auditor's office to ensure that we're complying with the Hancock Amendment, which we are. So, thank you.
Thank you. So we are in a public hearing. At this time, if you have any questions for city staff, you can direct those to Mr. Randall. No questions?
Well, I think
Go ahead.
I spaced out somewhere. You said there's no change? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so the mill levy is the same from last year.
Okay, yeah, I think I heard that, but then it didn't register all the way in, so, thanks.
Yep.
That's my only question.
Okay. All right, so members of the public who wish to testify regarding the proposed year for the property tax rates, please step forward at this time, state your name and your address, and I now open the public hearing. All right, if there are no public comments, I now close the public hearing. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding Bill Number 22-25 regarding an ordinance establishing the tax levy for all property within the city limits of Oak Grove, Missouri for year 2022. This is an ordinance.
I move for a first and second reading by title only of Bill number 22-25.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the first and second reading of the proposed Bill 22-25 for title only. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. City Clerk, would you please read the full title of the bill 2 times?
An ordinance establishing the tax levy for all property within the city limits of the city of Oak Grove, Missouri for the year 2022. An ordinance establishing the tax levy for all property within the city limits of the city of Oak Grove, Missouri for the year 2022.
I move for adoption of bill number 22-25.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the adoption of Bill number 2225 for ordinance. Any discussion? If not, City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Tracy Newcomer,
Yes.
Jeremy Taylor,
Yes.
Kelly Netto,
Yes.
Rachel Kilmer.
Yes.
Motion is approved and the ordinance is adopted, and it's ordinance number 2050. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a request for the downtown Oak Grove Group to close 12th Street between Broadway and Clinton Street on October 22nd, 2022, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Raina, is that you? Please come forward.
All right. We are asking to close off 12th Street from Broadway to Clinton for our first fundraiser event for the downtown project. Myself and a couple other business owners in downtown created this downtown project with a vision to beautify and revitalize the downtown Oak Grove. And we are wanting to use this as our first fundraiser called Dinner Under the Stars. And we're hoping to have this as a ticketed meal event. And hopefully it's going to be a cool event, have lights up and have a catered meal. But we need to ask for permission to close down that street, or not the street, but that area, but not block any businesses or anything. So we're hoping this will be something cool.
Raina, do you mind if I elaborate a little bit on your
Yes,
downtown?
please.
Yeah. Raina and a few other businesses in town have kind of put together a downtown association. I don't know if this is their official name, similar to what Main Street was. Recall Main Street, the grant and things. And you see Lee Summit, Odessa, other cities have revitalized their downtown. So actually, these business owners have made this group. They've formed a 501(c), correct? And they're wanting to start revitalizing downtown. So this is their fundraiser kickoff. I attended
Yes.
one of their meetings, and they have some great ideas, and they're pretty excited about doing things
Yes.
through the downtown. That kind of do it?
Yep.
So, any questions from the board?
Have you spoken with Chief about this?
I believe.
I emailed Chief the other day, but he's been gone.
Yeah, I didn't receive an email. I wasn't sure, cognizant of what it was too, because I just got it back.
Sure.
Or just received it, getting back from vacation here. Now I understand what it was about.
Yeah. Kelly's always our go-to. She always asks that. We count on her.
So would you guys just be shutting down one side of the street? So it's the west side, I'm trying to orient myself here. Is the intention that traffic can still pass through on one side or like completely shut? Okay,
Completely shut.
I see.
Is that where like the Fortitude Gym is, that little area? Okay.
Yeah,
Have you talked to them about it?
not yet.
I mean, I don't think they have classes Saturday evenings, do they?
There,
anyways?
no, but
Yeah.
they're open
Yeah,
24 hours.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would be interested to hear, I mean, I guess we could approve cognizant of what Chief says about that.
This
I'm
would
just
be no
concerned
different
that-
than what we're looking at Lick Skillet Days.
Right.
We're talking about the same section
Yeah.
of road. And so what we ask of the chamber in that is that it cannot be an enforcement effort by the police department to go to the businesses and saying, we're closing this down.
Right.
So as long as the coalition would take on the task of informing those businesses and working with them and reach a consensus, I think it can be done, but it is between the coalition and the businesses.
Very good.
And then, will you be serving alcohol at the event?
I
Or
don't,
are we're not there yet?
I don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
Meal for sure. Yeah, that's what we're, I don't
This
think,
request is just to close the street.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they were to serve alcohol, they would need to get a caterer's license and a temporary permit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
That would be
That's
something
what I figured
totally
it'd be a-
different.
Yeah, it
Couple more
may
hoops to
be,
jump.
if that is something that you're considering to do, and the board, that's something that you'd be willing to consider and approve, you may want to make that as part of the motion, just so
Right.
they wouldn't have to come back next meeting if
And
that's
ask
something they
again,
want to
yeah.
add,
I see, yeah.
Okay,
since it'd be public right of way.
okay.
You know, similar to approving the beer garden, but.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was
Right.
asking. I
Yeah.
figured that there was going to be another step
Right.
that, yeah.
You're just trying to get this so you can continue planning,
Get the
correct?
ball rolling, yes.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions?
So, I
if-
mean, how do we word that? If you want to do a preemptive?
You can, you guys can figure out how you want to word it. You can talk amongst yourselves, and then, go ahead, Matt, sorry.
Yeah, or, I mean, this is October 22nd, so we would have another meeting before that, so they could come back October 3rd. if
Yeah, but that would be
need be.
pushing it. I mean, you're already just over a month out. Like, if we make them wait that long, that would be,
If you want to approve this
You know,
part,
I
you
mean-
can, and if they find out they want to do the liquor and everything, they can come back, or you can put it all in your motion.
I think we just put it on the motion. If we let the chamber do it, why wouldn't we let the downtown committee do it? I mean,
Sounds
it's the
good.
Same thing to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You could say what they're requesting, and then in addition.
okay.
Is that okay, Chris?
I make a motion, we approve the downtown Oak Grove business owner's request to shut down a portion of 12th Street on October 22nd, and additionally approve any application for a caterer's license so they can serve alcohol.
Does that sound okay?
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion. I'm looking for a second.
Am I allowed to second? Am I allowed to vote?
I would say no.
She can't, right?
Then we don't have quorum on it.
Well, that's up to her.
Yeah, to recuse would be up to.
Yeah, that's up to you if you recuse. Yeah.
Since I,
How is that? Like, well, I'll ask you later. That seems, yeah, I'll ask you later. Go ahead, sorry.
I don't have direct financial gain from it, so is that, I don't know.
Yeah. It's up to you. I'm just waiting for a second. If I don't get a second, it just dies.
I'll second then.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve the request regarding the downtown Oak Grove Group to close 12th Street between Broadway and Clinton on October 22nd, 2022, from 5 PM to 10 PM, with an addition of the application for catering and to also have alcohol. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. There you go, Raina.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding bids for concrete flat work for a pickleball court at Webb Park and authorizing the staff to sign the proposal. Is it Jim?
I'll step in here for
Okay.
him. So, yeah, this is.
Come on, Jim.
We got several bids for concrete work for the new pickleball court going out there at Webb Park. It's going to be west of the existing basketball court, which was recently expanded to be a full-size basketball court. This was budgeted as part of the capital improvement plan for this year in the Parks Department. So, with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions, and Jim could probably step in and answer the work that Parks is going to do afterwards. So this would just be the flat work. Parks is going to install the posts and the nets afterwards.
So I think I've asked this, but I've seen where it is, and the dirt's been dug out. So is there going to be a net between the basketball court or something to keep balls from going to pickleball, basketball?
We have talked about putting a fence up between the two. We did put a fence up on the back
Saw that.
already.
Yeah,
So it's just gonna be a matter of drilling the holes and putting the fence back.
okay,
It may be a short fence to
Sure.
start with.
yeah. And it may not interfere, you're just going to
Right.
watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just the concrete work. Everything else is gonna be done in-house, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
everything else will be done in-house.
Okay.
We will stripe it, surfaced it just like we did the basketball court over the last couple of weeks. So,
I assume there's three.
Yeah, so
There it is, I'm sorry, I got it. I make a motion, we approve the concrete flatwork bid with Con-Nite Construction in the amount of $15,600 for the concrete slab for the pickleball court in Webb Park.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second regarding the bids for the flat work for the pickleball court at Webb Park. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Watch out, Oak Grove. We're going to have lots of pickleball people running around. Police, you better watch it. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a service agreement with Midwest Comfort Homes LLC for the work located at 2110 South Broadway to repair and replace the flooring and drywall from the water damage for staff to sign the agreement. As we all know, that's for out there.
Yes, correct, Mayor. So that is to repair the damage from the burst water line behind municipal court offices. In total, the estimated cost for the work is $16,865. Our insurance company will be paying MCH directly, so the city's cost on this is $2,500 deductible.
Nice.
So we would only be approving $2,500 to pay the $2,500 deductible?
Right, and that also
That's what
includes.
we say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said that's what we would say, like,
Well, approving the service agreement, so we.
Just the service agreement.
Yeah, so we're entering into the service agreement with MCH, but ultimately we'll send the final invoice to NPR Thomas McGee, and they will issue the payment. They've also paid for the cleanup from ServPro, so combine both the ServPro and MCH, our total deductible is $2,500 for the incident.
heck yeah. Look at that, insurance being good one time.
And unfortunately, the estimated completion date is still TBD. Once if this is approved, then they will order the flooring and tile, and depending on whether or not that's back ordered, would extend the timeline.
Are they just getting, well, never mind. Okay.
So I'm looking for a motion if you guys want to approve this.
I make a motion, we approve the service agreement with MCH to repair and replace flooring and drywall from the water damage.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second regarding the service agreement with Midwest Comfort Homes to repair the flooring and drywall. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is information reports. Matt, do you have a report?
No report. Thank you, Mayor.
Chris?
Mayor, as you know, I rarely ever have a report.
Yes,
The only
this is-
thing I'd like to note tonight is I've been doing this job for 22 years or so, and for the first time, that seat right there is a vacant seat, and that makes me sad. I know it makes us all sad, but I know Sue and her family are in all of our prayers, and I'd just like to note that for Brad. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. Mark?
Yes, next Saturday, there will be a ribbon cutting at the Public Safety Center for the Animal Control Department. And immediately, it's at 10:30 in the morning, and it's immediately followed by, from 11 to 1, an open house. So we hope everybody will come and attend and meet all the animals and see the new facility.
Thank you. Chief?
Just a reminder, we look to see everyone Thursday evening for the National Night Out from 5 to 8 at Webb Park. We have a large assortment of shows, or not shows, but displays for that evening, and looking forward to it.
Thank you. Tom?
Yeah, last week, specifically September 11th to the 17th, was proclaimed Water and Wastewater Professional Week by Governor Parsons. So I'd like to give a shout out to our 9 public works staff that keeps our water flowing and our wastewater flowing to the treatment plant and treating the water and sending us on its way.
Yeah, thank you.
Pretty important piece of the
Yeah.
city. Pretty big piece.
Kim?
I just want to send my condolences to Rachel and to Sue. Continue prayers.
Jim?
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Rachel?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Mayor Webb and the board and the city for the flowers you guys sent and all the love and support you've shown my family the last couple weeks. I appreciate it.
Kelly?
I just want to say what other people have said. I ran against Brad the very first time I ever even considered becoming an alderman, and he was big and intimidating and scary, but was a big old teddy bear and was super kind and has been nothing but nice since I got on the board. He was one of a kind and definitely will be missed with the city. Also, my sympathies to Rachel. Yeah, it's a tough time in our town right now. It's a very tough time in a bunch of different areas, so let's all try and be kind to one another and support one another. That's all I got.
Thank you. Jeremy?
No report.
Tracy? No report. All right. I too will miss Brad, and as I stated at his passing, it's always important that the weeks after that someone loses someone to be there for them. So I hope that we as city staff and our community reaches out to Sue and their family in the weeks ahead and months ahead, and also to Rachel and her family as well. So my prayers, thoughts, and condolences go to all of them. That's all I have. I'm looking for a motion for executive session, please.
I make a motion, we adjourn to executive session 610.02113.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second for executive session 610.02113. Any discussion? If not, City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Here. Jeremy Taylor,
Yes.
Kelly Netto,
Yes.
Rachel Kilmer.
Yes.
We are adjourned to executive session. Are you staying? You have to, or we have to go in and not have.
Oh, well, then yes.
Okay.